Especially if Christian people, if we want to know what discipleship is, then what better person should we ask than the very founder of Christianity himself, Jesus of Nazareth? And so what I want us to do over the next 4 weeks is to ask Jesus of Nazareth, the historical person, according to your viewpoint, what does it mean to be a disciple? And so if you're here this morning and you're not a Christian, this is a wonderful series for you to be a part of. Just hang out with us for 4 weeks because you will get a basic understanding of what Christianity is, not according to Jerry Falwell, not according to the religious right, not according to your mom and dad, but according to the founder of Christianity, Jesus Christ himself. And what he says should trump what anybody else says about discipleship. And if you're a Christian, maybe you've been a Christian for a very long time, this is a wonderful series for you to be a part of because it may be that you grew up with an understanding of discipleship that is actually foreign to the New Testament and is not anything what Jesus said discipleship actually was. You may equate discipleship to what your mom and dad taught you growing up, and maybe some of those things are right, but maybe some of those things are skewed a little bit. Maybe they majored on the minors and minored on the majors, and so we're going to get to the heart of what discipleship actually is according to Jesus. The word disciple is used 269 times in the New Testament. Did you know that? By the way, that's a lot of times in the New Testament. Compare the word disciple to the word Christian. Do you know how many times the word Christian is used in the New Testament? 3 times. So in the New Testament, if you're going to talk about Christians, you don't use the word Christian, you use the word disciple. For the New Testament language, a follower of Jesus, a Christian person, is a disciple, a mathetes, used 126 times in the New Testament. Jesus used that word 11 times. 3 of the times he just uses it kind of casually, descriptive of a scene, talking about he's going to eat dinner with his disciples. He talks about persecution coming on his disciples. Another usage is the Great Commission, Matthew 28:18 through 20. That's part of our mission statement as a church. We're a Great Commandment, Great Commission, Acts 1:8 church. The Great Commission is Jesus telling his followers right before he goes up to heaven. He says, go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe everything I've commanded you. Lo, I'm with you always, even to the end of the age. So his rallying cry, the last thing that he tells his disciples to do before he goes up to heaven, maybe the main thing, Jesus says, this is what you've been given authority to do. Go and make disciples. The other time he uses the word out of the 11 is in Luke chapter 6 verse 40. And in Luke chapter 6 verse 40, he uses the word in kind of like a proverb statement. I put it up on the screen. He says that no teacher is above his master, but everyone, or a disciple is not above his teacher, but everyone, when he's fully trained, will be like his teachers. So if you were going to ask Jesus, well, what is discipleship? What is the basic thrust of discipleship? He would say, it's like this. Discipleship is imitation. Discipleship is becoming like your teacher. So if I'm the teacher, Jesus, then discipleship is imitating me. Now, you're not going to be above me, but when you're fully trained, when you've fully gone through the discipleship process, you're going to look a lot like me. You're not perfect, but you'll have a pattern of my life.